All right, thank you very much. Last look at Miramar. It's going to be interesting. Well, so's that plane path right now. It's taking its time, but it'll get there. It's like your normal Ryanair flight. That is just taking its sweet time. Um, Rich, we've seen the first two games. We've started to see kind of how I guess I don't want to say top 10, but you know how how much pressure are we putting on it now? Because we've kind of seen teams slotting into positions that are harder to chase, right? I don't think we can see Liquid or FaZe push to first position anymore. So I mean, it's going to be kind of hard for them to change up what we're looking at here.
Yeah, I think the biggest story is for anyone who enjoys Miramar and can farm it and pick up a fair amount of points. You've only got one more match against it, so you have to make it count. All right, it's coming down to the wire here. Once we're done with this, we'll have 3 games of Erangel, and that's where the final lay of the land will be set. For this circle in particular, it's very brutal if you're over on the west. That's my main picture that I'm taking from this. Look at how many teams are all clustered together, and look at how many of them have to take a rotate.
I said, I think most of the teams will opt for south and west. I think that's the safest idea. That's the most traditional idea to it. I think teams who don't have a shot to the south or west, or they feel they come in late on that, will have to opt for Los Leones. So even if we don't see it end there, we're going to see a lot of teams in there. Right now, we've already got 2, and EIQ, if they fully commit. Ents could technically keep going, but I do see, I think, Squeaky already out on foot. But you've got to look at that west side. Northern Lights, Na'Vi, Tornado Energy, Omicron, Red Line, Red Zone. There's so many. All fighting for a way in. This is all just on rotation. None of them are sticking out here. Example, waiting patiently for the next couple of victims. Tab's gonna roll up, roll past, then rolls down, out of the car, picks up a Na'Vi. This could have been a really good shot for them to maybe pressure towards the top, but an insta-loss like that, devastating.
And instantly they just turn and face. It kind of shows where other teams would pressure that. If that had been someone like Entropic that had said, no, let's just crack on, boys, and have some fun here. That's a nice little shot to round off that frag. But yeah, still strong presence for me in the west for this circle to win there. I think this will be the story in the entire game. Wait, Miracle actually gets him off that one? Okay. TSM, Reggie Reg, Lauren, have fun.
Yeah, they're about to go on this one. It looks like Rage almost want to back away from this. They're not super happy with this fight so far. They have managed to slow down Iroh at least. There's a chance for TSM to have to hit the brakes and try and go into recovery mode, which could buy Rage a second or two. I think this is going south, if I'm honest, Rich. I think this is going to shift further south. We're seeing Adepts, Team Liquid, Rage, and FaZe. That's where it's going in my mind. And what I'm seeing is a good clear so far. El Giganton in a spot of bother. You've got one of the most aggressive teams hunting you in this building.
Entropic, I know you've got a 2-man advantage, but they're just an aggressive team. I like it. They play smart, they play well, they play aggressive. Besto has to get aggressive because Vatsku's right at the door. We got another one as well in the backside. If they can somehow spot this. Kemba, they don't know where he is yet, but this blue is chunking away. Senya is disconnected from him as well. They saw the vehicle pull up, so they have some kind of guesstimation. Any of those mollies hit, and he's a dead man. How many more meds have he got? Doesn't matter. Burn, baby, burn. No problem whatsoever. Senya, again, we spoke about Na'Vi, what they would do. They opted to go to the blue. They've been there for circle, 2 now? Just trying to avoid fights on arrival. This is the only time where their style of play doesn't work. In a circle like this, where they physically can't enter safely, they just die on arrival.
Yeah, and I don't normally doubt it, but here you go. Circle has gone to the south to those kind of oil containers, I guess, at the more northern side of it, and the south side just rolls down right on Liquid. Na'Vi have been eliminated, as you highlighted it, struggling to get a real placement in this circle.
TSM pushed them up. They've only got 3 alive themselves. They lost 1 during the initial engagements against Razor Edge, I believe. Could be completely wrong and apologize if so. Good nade from Batulin, but he is out in the open. He's exposed, and the story of Miramar. Should you give a team any line of sight, well, usually takes full advantage. Ira put out of place for now. Needs to call for some support. Where's the backup here? They are behind him, so now they move up. Again, probably preempting somebody maybe trying to sneak in from across the road. That's why Fex is there. Keep an eye. Keep a watchful eye and see if anyone wanders through. Spyro's knocked, and it's from a different team this time. It's Ents. Tornado Energy will go up against EIQ. EIQ will lose their initial player. NLT, fair amount of work to do. The Deep's just going off on a bike run. It's difficult because of how many players are on the map, but it may have distracted TSM just enough to let Batulins through.
Yeah, I don't think Northern Lights getting out of this either. Not cleanly, at least. They might be able to snake a player in, but this circle, that shift south has been really, really brutal. Honestly, that's called out so many players. I'm not even just players, full teams. Perfectix is still alive, but it's a matter of when more than if. We do see, at least they still have Deep in the circle, but even for him, that longevity has been cut in half. No one's in like a comfortable spot here, right? Like all these teams that are left have suffered so much because these circles have been pretty horrible. Entropic's still fighting it out there, kind of stuck in with tornado energy. You can see the Molotovs being thrown in. Reggie looking through those windows. Gotta be careful. He's still on fire a little here, but he does manage to get the revive potentially, but oh my, surrounded on plenty of fronts. Melman might go on the push. Just opening that door is gonna just cause the fear of God to be in Reggie.
One of them's gonna go stick for the res. We'll hop on board with a different fight and see how that one unfolds in the kill feed. Maybe even get a secondary cam picture in picture. Fuzz on his own, disconnected from the rest of the team, but they're certainly not far. He's here for good position as well. More importantly, information. They'll call this one out.
Look at this, Rich. Buzzface,
Flashbang
three
completely up.
players pushing his way. He is flashing. He needs to nade out one side to keep it safe. He'll focus on the other. Re-peeking on it, gets overwhelmed. Too many players there, doesn't nade for anything yet. GMT goes down for it. Now, they could definitely get a revive. Uber, HC, they're not that close. They're still a little further over a ridgeline. But Omakan getting plenty of attention from elsewhere. Mexi does find GMT in the end, so this is not bad. We're going to see if they keep going forward this way. Gustav's getting close by. You've got 80 trying to hold back Tempest, but that's too many fights. They can't hold all of this attention right now. There's too much going on deep. Oh no, Fex. Did he look? Did he see him, or was he unable to spot him? I don't know. But FaZe have gone snake mode for a second. They need Tempest and Omakan to fight it out.
I think it's too high up, unless he's just... Surely. Oh, no, low ball. There you go. Enjoy. Yeah, yeet. Scare him out, flush him out, bang him out. Done. Nade. See you later, Northern Lights. 12 position will be them. T-Bone straight onto Uber. Knocks him now. And that was Fuzzface's job, really. He at least took with him with a Martyrdom grenade. So, you know, he doesn't go out without some kind of answer. Yes, it was stolen away by Mexi, but that was his job, to kind of hold them back and give them time. Time is all they needed, and they're making full use of it. Gustav, one. Does he get the second? He's done enough damage to... Doesn't quite landed. Vadsku forced back, but now Tempest can keep on going. One grenade or one bullet onto Vads. Regardless of what his helmet's looking like, he's definitely going to be damaged. That will be another team being removed from the lobby. If Pixel sees this... Although Tempest, they took a lot of casualty themselves. I didn't realize they're only down to one.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who's coming out of this cleanly. I think... Is there anyone with 4 players alive? Better luck next time, and Ents are the 2 teams with 4 players alive. And right now, Ents is getting a fight. Let's see if they keep those 4 players standing, or maybe they lose one in this process. You're already going to see Vasco going down, T-Bone going down. Omakan have suffered too many casualties. They've lost out. It's Gustav to get the flush on a few, and now, again, it's Ents. Can they control this? This is a great circle for Ents. This is something that, if they can hold, it could be good. The problem is, Tornado Energy knocking at that door, looking pretty dirty here.
It's Pixel's way of just getting inside. Molly, unfortunately, hitting the side of the wall. They have full info, though. That's a damn good shot, though. Little head peek around the corner, through the barbed wire. Takes him down. K9 now on red alert that there is a team fighting over here. That could be the good chance to have a look. Maybe get involved. Smokes will have to come in to defend themselves from Ents. Look at how much vision they have. And they know if they remove TSM from that place or just keep them dug in, then maybe they can hit the compound. Tixu has left them. He's ahead of the game, and he has a decent place. He can control the mid more than any of the 2 teams that will split between cylinders and outside of the priority. We hop on board with Better Luck next time. A team that Lauren noted that there are 4 alive. They've had a quiet game. Now they have to work for their money.
No, oh, Squeaky, no. Instead of 4, they're trying to rotate, and now they've been knocked in the process. They're going to be in the blue. This actually could be a loss because of that knock. That could put them down to 3 players, which at this point, one of the greatest strengths was the fact that they were 4 players standing. Now, there goes Rustamar. That's a big error. Normally, it doesn't make much of a difference, but that is a problem. We'll come back to that if it becomes a factor down the line. For now, we're seeing Better Luck next time finally having to take these fights. This position is hard to get away from. The south isn't a bad spot necessarily, but it normally moves further north. Someone between, essentially ends it. There's a very old circle. Sunzi's still there, still trying to hold on. He does get flushed in the end. And Kissing did the good work to control the threat that was building. Fate is knocked. These nades coming in could have done so much more. He's barely alive. That's Atomical coming into this. Good arm on him to make that count. TSM on the cross. They're trying to run it out as well, getting close towards Liquid and raise your edge.
The jump shot. He goes diving in to look above the smoke. Manages to somehow get one with the hip fire. All right, there is a trade-off, but still, pretty good job to make something work. Liquid here to mop up what's left over of TSM.
Should win that fight. Ents try and make it across Tornado Energy or Red Zone spot them. It's unlikely they make it in cleanly just because of the cover is not there. Liquid have already got themselves across. Better luck next time. Can slot in well if they clear out Noki. So there we go. So far, it's going as expected. Let's see when Ents try and make their move. They still have vehicles. That's one big benefit for Ents here.
Reconnect with the rest of the team. Shiv finally seen. Liquid's been mopping up some solos. They took out TSM. They took out Raise Your Edge. A few more frags and a win would be really good for confidence and the Liquid fans out there.
I don't know if Tornado Energy can cross this before Red Zone's going to have a shot at them. And the position obviously has been noted. Those couple of shots that came through towards Red Zone have kind of, you know, rung the alarm bells. If there's a free pickup, then it's a different game. And maybe that's sloppy from Magisters. I didn't expect him to run out freely like that on his own, unable to be effective for the rest of the team. Maybe just let's try and lurk on this. But now you're going to see Ents come into their own. This should be their moment. They're focused on two fronts. One towards Better Luck next time, one towards Tornado Energy. So that's actually a nice little pickup for them to slow down Tornado Energy, who could have swung further on the north potentially. Now, this is going to force the fight towards Red Zone, which keeps Ents safe. They need to be careful of other teams while all this happens, but it does at least provide them a good position going forward.
My only concern for Ents is how many grenades do Liquid have. They're all the way up against the vehicle, so it's pretty... Example. Through the smoke, here's the footsteps. Gets the job done. Now to walk out himself. Figure again from the backside. Gets that. Little bit too... overzealous though for Tixu. Oversteps his mark. Gets put on his ass instantly, and this is the time for Liquid to rotate and time to strike. I'm seeing nades and mollies in hand of the Liquid players. They also have the fields to play with. Hide themselves down if they really want to kind of play it smart. I like this. Put the smokes up. Try hide themselves and obscure vision away from Better Luck next time.
Is Arctic's crossed? I think he's made it across. He's still in the ditch, but he's across the way now, which is a pretty good step. So he's got Kissick and Faultlessly behind him, providing cover. They are going to have to move, but he's their gateway forward. So nades now starting to come in. A little bit of damage, not too much. Ents, they're the ones that everyone's focused on for now, though. Team Liquid and Better Luck Next Time are both kind of focused on Ents, but as soon as Better Luck Next Time try and cross that road, Liquid are probably going to see it. Now, Ents, I don't know how they play into this one. I don't know how they bring back the advantage. They have good position, but I feel Better Luck next time. That ridge that you can just see on your camera there is going to be very, very pivotal. You can play off that, use it for cover, and it's very close to center point. That's the next big thing. So if Ents have any nades, excellent, but they might just have to straighten push this one. They might just have to get in there, get dirty, get the damage done, Kissick on the ridge line. Oh no, the flash can be worse timed, and now Ents are being picked apart from both sides. Tix's flush, and it looks like Faultlessly wants to make it go even further, but Mexi with a great off angle, playing a little bit deeper than the rest, maybe be able to dig out the Better Luck Next Time boys.
Yeah, this is fantastic work to be able to get a couple of shots on there, knock one player, then follow up. And just like that, that allows them to push on to Ents. Distracts their attention. Now it comes down to a 2 versus 3. Faultlessly's out of the game. It comes down to Kissick and Artix. Have they known about the position, though? Kissick went deeper than his teammate. His teammate can just be a nuisance. Fake smokes are out. Looking the opposing way. K-Mind middle. You'd have to think with something like this, it comes down to the man advantage on the side of Team Liquid to win this one out, but still, they won't put anything over until it's completely done. Reconnecting back together towards the downside of the hill. Maybe with the angles they can catch someone silhouetting a player or two would be fantastic. Hell, even some damage. Didn't see anything come through there. Death Squad sweeps through. 1-2, thank you. Liquid grab the win and 10 kills to boot as well. A 26-point game is fantastic. They kind of needed that. Coming to this as 6th place, we said, need a little bit of a booster, get something going, start the win off.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, no die from last shot. I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud 9 and this 9 is never on vacation. Start up that Maserati.